Hi, I'm Catherine, and I work with Early Bird Exchange, and this was my first bird pet, Ohana, and the first bird I ever owned. In my first year, we had acquired approximately 45 birds, and they started breeding, and we thought that that would be where our interests were going to lead. However, that quickly changed. After I received my first bird rescue and was much more educated, we decided to adopt all our breeding stock out to loving homes so that they could live out the rest of their lives. And now we take in many bird rescues, and I'm going to introduce you to the ones that I just got 3 or 4 nights ago.
This will be much better. Wait till everyone sees you. A couple weeks. Well, a month or 2.
Buying and selling imported birds is no longer illegal. The pain and suffering that these birds go through to get to our country means many of them don't make it here alive. Between 1980 and 1986, over 250,000 birds arrived in U.S. airports dead.
In order to satisfy the desire for us Americans to have these beautiful birds as our pets, hunters would often go out and capture these birds from their normal habitat in order to ship them and import them to the United States. One of the methods to do this is that they would take a bird glue called bird lime. They would put it on the branch of one of the highest branches in a tree, and then when the bird would land on the branch, the bird would then be glued to the branch and would not be able to get away. They would pluck the bird off of the branch, often tearing off 1 or 2 of their toes. If they didn't have the heart to do that, they would just cut the branch off, take the branch with the bird on it, put it in a crate, and ship it off to America, often not having enough food in the crate, the trauma of being crowded with several other birds, they were lucky if they got here alive. One of the other methods, which is even more appalling, would be where they would go and they would actually find the nest of a family that had just had babies, kill the parents, and rob babies. This is a big problem.
If you're thinking of buying a bird, make sure you buy it from a reputable breeder and that it's been captive bred. They make much better pets, and they haven't been put through the abuse and torture that wild-caught parrots have.
These days my relationship with birds is for those that are unwanted, or those that people don't have time for anymore or didn't realize the responsibility. I rehabilitate them. I don't require any new birds through purchases, and I don't charge for fostering birds out. So they could be with me in an indefinite amount of time. Sonny Boy right behind me here came to me and he was wild. So he's been with me for about 1.5 years. Some birds are with me for a week, and some birds can be with me as much as several years or indefinitely. So if you have any questions or you want to contact me, you can get a hold of me through the YouTube address. I guess the message that I'm trying to convey is being a pet such as a bird or an exotic bird owner isn't all about fun and games. It isn't just going to a pet store, buying a bird, and life happens happily ever after. It's about responsibility, and it's about respect for other living things. It's about being willing to clean the cage, being willing to pick up the stuff, being willing to be bitten sometimes by the birds. They do not realize that they're hurting you. Birds are very sensitive, very beautiful, and very intelligent creatures. And my experiences through my journey of adopting birds and fostering birds out has brought my interests to trying to make the problem better, not worse.